Wir haben vorgefunden 3 Jahre Stagnation. Und wir haben vorgefunden.
We encountered 3 years of stagnation, and we found an American president, Donald Trump, who came into office for the second time, starting to pursue a rigorous tariff policy in the interests of to represent America's interests, and predominantly at the expense of others. Also at the expense of allies, the friends across the Atlantic here in Europe, also here in Germany. Yes, we may all lament it, but it is so. And dear friends, it will remain so for the foreseeable future. Not much is likely to change in this regard. It could even become more critical, depending on who follows him in office. This country has changed. I have been to the USA once, twice, sometimes 4, 5, 6 times a year since the early 1980s. This country has fundamentally changed over the last few decades. It wasn't overnight that someone came in and by day at some point leaves again, but it is American politics that has changed in this way. And we will have to grapple with this for quite some time. That is why we must ensure in multiple ways that not only Germany becomes strong again, that we become capable of defense. We will have to mobilize our own forces in this world. We must become stronger ourselves. We must reduce dependencies. And I have not yet said a word about the People's Republic of China, which is becoming increasingly repressive internally and increasingly aggressive externally. And it boils down to 2 superpowers once again extending spheres of influence in this world, to define them according to their respective interests. And in the South China Sea, these spheres of influence could come into conflict with one another. Yes, dear friends, we did that systematically and regularly. We told our European neighbors in the north, south, east, and west, dear friends, as long as the European asylum system is not functioning, we must protect our own national borders. We must regain better control over who enters our country, who is allowed to stay permanently, and who is not. And that is exactly what we are doing. And the numbers are clear. We are now seeing a decline. Yes, we are now in decline, dear friends, and I see your Interior Minister Tamara Zisheng here, who knows what I am talking about. We have a decline of over 60% in the month-to-month comparison September 2024-2025. Over 60% decline in asylum applications. This is good, but not yet enough. I am very committed to us getting a common European system here. And the European system must also work again. It cannot be that the majority of refugees from this world come to Germany. And it cannot be that everyone else in the European Union just waves them through and says, "Go on to Germany, things are even better for you there than here." No, that is not our answer. We want to achieve this together in Europe. And this European Union, I will come back to it in a completely different context shortly, this European Union must also better protect its external borders. I've always said that.